My Echo Truth Finder is all about looking at whether we can find out whether a country is likely to be guilty or not of greenwashing from looking at the media, so it's avoiding media bias. So although it runs from the main.py, we've also got a model that's going to train data that's got live from the GDELT website into associating words that are linked with greenwashing to countries to give us a logistic regression on how likely they are right now to be guilty or not from a suggestion in the newspaper. So I'm going to get this GDELT data by running it into the terminal. Just pausing, just showing some of the statistics there from the quality of the model that came up, and high and medium are the categories of greenwash crime, and precision is very high for the high one, with more cases there, as is recall and F1 score. So we're going to request the website of GDELT, which is a free, accessible newsreel, and access the API and then save the data as a response. In this case, this table here with each data there itemized. Then we've got all the cases out from GDELT. So next we're going to run out on the machine learning, which is train and test, on the data that's come out from this API request. And then we can see that, again, high categories got a very high precision with a lot more cases, and the high value has just been assigned by the association of words that have been decided from the vectorization. So next we will use Python to run the main. So that's the very last piece of the puzzle that pulls it all together. That's the location of the file, and then we're going to search for terms in the command line that we are interested in finding out more about. We have inputted the text here. It could be from the Wall Street Journal, and that's been analysed now as to the likelihood of the countries mentioned in the article and the words that have been surrounded in the article as to the likelihood of these countries actually being currently guilty of committing recent green crimes in that newspaper. Some of the data that comes out of this includes an aggregation of how likely from the newspaper article that's been scanned a country is likely to be guilty of greenwashing, and also each piece of data that's pulled from the original data pull from the GDELT website is summed here with the sense of each country being itemized, so that could be useful for the future. And one last piece of useful data is that there's a report of the text and it shows the overall sentiment, so minus 0.1 nearly, so there's not that much feeling of outrage at the article, and also it shows which search was quicker, so there's not a lot of difference between regex is a little bit slower than BFS, but then the regex has provided so much more in-depth knowledge. It's passed all the tests that we've tried to put the data through as well to check that the program's going okay, and there's some words that have been counted in the article to show us what is kind of very popular. Greenwashing is the biggest way of describing the crime at the moment. So that's an outline of the project to prevent media bias against green crimes, and also tested breadth first search versus rejects search for speed and usefulness. And we tested the ability of the script to find specific words, so that has worked too.